Hey guys, welcome back to my book, My Thoughts Read Along With Me series, where we are reading the first book in my trilogy, Show You No Mercy. Today we are reading chapters 15 and 16. So grab your snacks, grab your drink, and let's get into it. This is chapter 15. The front door was cracked when Warren and Donnie approached. Warren tapped Donnie on the shoulder to silence him. Their eyes locked and they both pulled out their semi-automatics. Warren nudged the door with his gun. Isabella lay almost lifeless in a pool of blood, and he rushed over to her. He threw his keys to Donnie. "Pull the car around and call Mom," he screamed. Warren struggled to free her from the handcuffs. He released a gunshot into the heater, breaking it just enough to remove the handcuffs. He focused back on Isabella and tapped her face lightly. "Bella, baby, get up." Isabella could barely open her eyes. "War," Isabella whimpered. He held her in his arms, and the sound of the car horn alerted him. He picked her up gently and headed towards the car. Warren sat in the back seat to keep her awake. "Bella, tell me who did this. Tell me now." Donnie swerved through traffic, not stopping at a red light. "She good?" he asked. Isabella wasn't breathing anymore. Beads of sweat graced his forehead as he painfully watched her become unconscious. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about with the impulsivity. Shooting cops. Running up on Celine in her place of business. Shooting, damn near beating Isabella. The automatic door sprung open when Warren and Donnie rushed into the emergency room full of old beat-up chairs and sick patients. He held Isabella's lifeless body in his arms, and nobody budged. All he could focus his attention on was the sound of the rustling paper, magazine pages being turned, and people arguing. Donnie banged on the countertop to get someone's attention. A nurse rushed over with a stretcher, and Warren placed Isabella on it. "What happened?" the nurse asked as she placed an oxygen mask over Isabella's mouth and nose. Warren shook his head. "Man, I don't know. Just help her. She's pregnant," he yelled. Warren and Donnie watched as she was taken behind the double doors. "Head back to Bella, get the duffel bag, and meet me back at the spot. Don't talk to nobody and stay alert," Warren informed Donnie. Same chapter, new scene. Warren sat in thinly padded seats that offered little to no comfort. The metal arm rails dug into his forearms. He bounced his leg up and down as he waited for the doctor. Paulette burst through the doors. She scanned the emergency room until she found Warren with his head hung low. "Baby, what happened?" "Ma." Warren's body wrecked with the onslaught of sobs and tears as he hugged his mother. "Me and Donnie walked in and she was just laying there in blood. I don't know. If anything happens to..." Paulette hushed him and assured him that everything would be okay. She held his hands and began praying, but was interrupted by the doctor. "Anyone here for Isabella Nunez?" the doctor asked. Warren and Paulette approached the doctor. "She good?" "She's going to pull through," the doctor smiled. Warren let out a huge breath and hugged Paulette. "Thank God. And what about the baby?" The shift in the doctor's demeanor was noticeable. "How about the baby?" Warren asked again. "She took a blow to the stomach that caused a lot of internal bleeding. Oh, unfortunately, the baby did not survive. If you would like to see her now, you can." Nora. Now you're gonna go to freaking jail for killing a baby. Let me tell you something. One thing I will give to Nora is she don't give a rat's ass. Okay? If you get in the way of me finding my kids, you're done. You're dead. You're over. Because, girl. Okay, let's continue. Warren stumbled backward. and the doctor helped him to get to a seat, then disappeared through the hospital. He buried his face into his hands and his body slouched. I can't go in there. This is because of me. I did this, he said. Paula sat beside him and pulled him into her chest while he wept. I know this is hard, but you can't let this break you. You have to stand strong, and whatever you do, don't retaliate. No good would come from this. You hear me? He lifted his head and clenched his jaw. I don't want to hear that right now. My child is dead. Someone is going to pay. He stood up. Stay here with Isabella, and I'll come to see her in the morning. He kissed Paulette on the forehead. Same chapter, new scene. Avery sat on the mattress while Sage sat in the corner of the room reading the book that Donnie gifted her. She was into the book that she didn't notice Donnie had entered the room. He smiled. You like it? Sage jumped up. You scared me. And yes, I like it. I know I might be too old, but I watched all 7 seasons of the show, he chuckled, and sat far from Sage, keeping a friendly distance. She bit her bottom lip. I'm sorry about the other day. I'm just going crazy right now. We both are, she said, pointed at Avery. Sage ran her tongue across her lips and batted her big brown eyes. I hope you can forgive me. Sage is a hoe like her mother. It's all good. I ain't even mad at you. I get it. I would react the same way if I was in this situation. She stood up and walked towards him. Her beauty was astonishing. Her skin was smooth, and she gazed at him as her breathing grew faster and more audible. Donnie swallowed hard as he tried to leave. She placed her hand in front of the door. Unable to control herself, Sage brushed her lips against his. Donnie, you're going to jail. He stood still with his eyes wide open. What the hell are you doing? He asked, pushing her away. Donnie, you're not going to jail. Warren and Bunky waited for Donnie as he exited the room. Bunky entered behind him, woke Avery out of her sleep and picked her up. Avery screamed for her sister and punched Bunky in his back as he carried her over his shoulders. Bunky threw Avery down the basement stairs. What the hell? Oh shit, what the hell? What the hell did I tell you? Warren screamed. I was saying what the hell for that. What the hell did I tell you? Warren screamed. Donnie stood up and dusted himself off. Cause you bugging. What happened to Bella? She good? He asked. Warren paced back and forth. The baby is dead. He didn't hesitate to pull out an ounce of cocaine. He dug his middle finger into the bag and snorted it. What you want to do, boss? Bunky said. Warren looked at Donnie and smirked. Go show her ass a lesson, he said. Before Bunky could open the door to Sage's room, Donnie leaped onto his back. He placed his arms around his neck like he was riding a mechanical bull. Donnie was slim, but he didn't struggle to take Bunky down as they tumbled into Sage's room. Donnie held his Glock to his temple. That's what you want? Huh, nigga? Donnie screamed. Donnie looked up at Sage, trembling in the corner with her eyes wide. Warren laughed as he stood at the bedroom door entrance. Alright, that's enough. Donnie released him, and Bunky looked at Donnie intensely as he walked out of the room. I have told you a number of times not to come here, and every time I'm gone, you find your way here. Get the fuck out my crib and take your dumb ass to school. If it's not an emergency, I don't want you here, Warren demanded, looking at Donnie. Donnie glanced at Sage. Sage gave an empty stare and pulled her knees in close to her body. Her eyes flooded with water as Donnie left the room, and Warren slammed the door behind him. As Donnie was leaving, Trigger came in. Yo, young blood, I heard what happened. I'm so sorry. He gave him a hug, but Warren pushed him away. Trigger planted down on the sofa, and Warren followed suit. I know this might not be the right time, but your girl came to see me at the shop. Warren sat up straight and rubbed the back of his neck. What girl? Mercy. You must have forgot to mention how good she looked. I almost asked her on a date, he chuckled. Warren stood up and cracked his knuckles as he paced back and forth. That's exactly what I want you to do. He smiled and shook his head up and down like he just found a recipe for the Krabby Patty. But he want Trigger to take her on a date for what? I just need him to fight. I need him and Nora to meet up and just get this, because y'all are stressing me out. I have never been so stressed with two characters in my life. All right, let's just keep going. Excuse me? You want me to take her out on a date? Have you lost your mind? I can't be seen with her, Trigger warned. You said yourself that she looked good. It won't hurt you. Trigger dropped his shoulders and lowered his eyes. I can't get caught in your shit, Warren. I know I promised your father that I would look out for you, but you taking things too far. Exactly. Like, y'all doing the most. Warren dropped a bag at his feet with 20 bands inside. Oh, now you speaking my language. You wanted me to take who out? Shit. That's yours. Use it to fix up that shop. Trigger smiled and rubbed his chin. Come work at my shop. We could use a young brother like yourself fixing some cars. What the hell do I need a job for? Warren asked. I just gave you 20 bands. He said, nigga, I don't need a job. I just gave you bands, 20 bands. I just gave you my... You know what? We need to figure out where the hell Warren was getting his money from. Because I know his father died. His brother died. Could they have left him money? Possibly. They left the car. He said, what I need a job for? I just gave you 20 bands. I need that 20 bands here on my lap. Shit. When all this is over, what's your next move? Because we both know you ain't no drug dealer. That part. The money you got from Red and your pops is gonna run out. Okay, that's where he get money from. Not too many jobs are hiring felons. Trigger stood face to face with Warren. I don't know what your end game is, but the only thing revenge is gonna get you is a trip to the fucking morgue. Ooh, I like that. Trigger kicked the money and oh no, he didn't. Trigger kicked the money under the table. Oh no. I can disagree with you all you want, but if you give me $20,000, thank you. You're an idiot, but thank you. Cause what? The night of the spring block party. I want you to meet up with her then. Warren eyed Trigger as he exited the house. That was the end of chapter 15. We are now reading chapter 16. Nora stood with her arms crossed as she surveillanced the house of the address Isabella gave her. It was the only house on the block that had a baby blue door. What a way to stay under the radar, stupid ass. Her heart pounded as she walked towards the house. Her eyes widened when she felt the strong grip, then someone dragging her into an alley. Jesus Christ. Hold on, you mean to tell me this girl went up there thinking she was going to, you was going to shoot your way into the house? What? What is she thinking? Impulsivity. Like, again. She flashed her gun once she was released. She let out a big sigh when she realized that it was Milan. What the hell are you doing? I told you to stay your ass at the hotel. I knew you weren't going to listen. That's why I followed you. Spare me the lecture. Warren is in the trap house, and I am going to shoot my way through the front door if I have to. I know that's right. Behind her kid. She's stepping behind her children. She is stepping behind her children. Okay? Stupid or not. Milan grabbed her by her forearm. And what if Sage and Avery isn't there? Did you think about that? Listen to me. You don't know how many niggas in there. You already got enough heat on you. Your ass is on the wanted list for killing an internal affairs officer. Nora grew unnaturally quiet. The veins in his neck grew stronger. What did you do, Mercy? Just tell me the truth and I will help you. She remained silent. Since you can't speak, take your ass back to the hotel. Nora jabbed her fingers in her pistol and aimed it at Milan. Milan locked eyes with her. I'm the only person you got left. You sure you want to do this? Just a few days ago, I didn't even know you was alive. I think I'll be fine. I know that's right. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with you on that. Like, I didn't even know you was alive a few days ago. I'm good. I'm straight. I can figure this out. Like I've been doing. So hell, Milan smacked the gun out of his face. We do this together or we don't do it at all. Save all that rage for your next therapy session. I know that's child, if this ain't semblance, I don't know what it is. They walked out of the alley together, looking like Will and Martin in Bad Boys movie. I already got my men set up and ready to go. How you want to do this? Milan asked. Nora looked up at him like she used to when they were kids, with excitement in her eyes. Shoot through the door. Tell your men to be careful and check every room before shooting. Milan signaled to his soldiers that it was time to go. Without hesitation, they ran up to the front door, masked up, guns already firing. Milan's soldiers followed behind. Pop, pop, pop. The fired rounds floated through the air. The tinkle of metal casting hit the floor as they exchanged shots with their opposers. Milan ducked to reload his pistols. Nora gripped her hand onto the rough grid of the gun. The tingling of adrenaline rushed through her body as she continued to fire. Nora separated from Milan in search of Sage and Avery. Yeah! Okay, I'm excited now. But my thing is like, why did you separate? Why? I don't understand. Black people don't separate in situations like this. We stick together. Whoo, child. Okay. Police sirens echo from afar. Bodies drop to the floor like dominoes. Milan and his soldiers checked every room, but no sign of Sage or Avery. Milan screamed for Nora. The loud and sharp bangs of guns clocked her eardrum so she couldn't hear. She felt pressure on her stomach as she fell to her knees, then onto her back. Oh my God. She felt the heat of someone hovering over her. Her eyes widened as she stared up at the barrel of a Smith & Wesson. Blood rushed out as she tries to put pressure on her wound. Oh God. Ooh, okay. The man placed his boot on her stomach. You know what I love about this shit? He admired his pistol. It holds 12 rounds. He pressed his boots harder onto her stomach. I'm going to kill you, she moaned. Milan, the sound of gunfire blocked her screams. He let out a laugh as he reloaded his gun. Milan, he mimicked. He snapped the magazine back in place and pointed it at Nora. Bye-bye, bitch. Pop! His neck snapped. Whoo! He stumbled and tried to grip the wall. Blood leaked profusely from his forehead. There was a loud thump when he fell, but not before he let off another round that hit Milan. Okay, the bullet grazed his arm, causing a flesh wound. Nora's eyes rang out and her vision became blurry as she grew unconscious. But, oh my God. So like, can you not see that happening? Like me, I know I kind of like rushed a little bit to read that because I was just super excited to read that part. But it's like, I love intense scenes like this because it just, I feel like a level of anxiety. Like not bad anxiety. It's not bad. It's not good. It's like in the middle. It's like, oh my God. Just give it to me. You know what I'm saying? That was good. Okay, same chapter, new scene. A blonde-haired woman gestured for Milan's henchmen to bring Nora to the table in the dining area. She turned on the bright hospital LED light and cut Nora's shirt, exposing the gunshot wound. Can everybody please back up, she asked. With gloves on, she poured rubbing alcohol on the wound. Why the hell would she do that? Why would you pour rubbing alcohol onto an open wound? Are you crazy? Is she supposed to be a nurse? Nora screamed in agony and her eyes popped open. Her vision was blurred and sweat beamed down Nora's face. The room was spinning as she went in and out of consciousness. Sarah, what the hell is taking so long? Milan screamed as he gripped Nora's hand. Oh my God, thank God Milan is fine. Sarah was using her hands to remove the bullet. Her hands shook as Nora screamed. I'm using my freaking fingers, for God's sake. I don't have the proper surgical equipment to remove the bullet, she explained. What does that mean? Milan questioned. Are you an idiot? I think she was pretty much clear. She does not have the proper surgical equipment to remove a freaking bullet. The girl has her finger in your sister's body to pull out a bullet. What don't you understand? Sarah let out a short breath. I have to leave the bullet in. If I continue to penetrate the wound, she might get an infection. Nora continued screaming while she gripped Milan's hand. Hospital, she struggled to breathe. Milan rubbed his bottom lip and looked at Nora. Sarah glanced at Milan. We have to take her to the hospital. It's too risky. If we take her, she's going to jail, and I'm not about to lose my sister again. Do what the fuck you gotta do, he demanded. Sarah went to the back of the house to get a medical bag, pulling out a tong. Milan was amazed at her work ethic. She was studying to be a doctor. I'm going to need more alcohol, more towels, and a needle and thread. Milan sent one of his soldiers to get the things needed. Sarah looked up at Milan. I just want to warn you that this is risky. She could die. Milan looked down at his sister. A single teardrop streamed down his face. Do whatever you gotta do. That was the end of chapter 16. And whoo! I am out of breath. Literally and figuratively. Because what just happened in the last 2 chapters? Nora got shot. Sarah, whoever the hell this Sarah woman is literally using tongues to take a bullet out. I don't even know what to think right now. This is how much left we have of this book. I mean, I feel like as the chapters go along, the more intense this book is getting. Like, we are almost there. And I want y'all to drop a comment. Like, what do y'all think is about to happen? Like, what's gonna be the outcome of this story? Okay? Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You do not want to miss the next few chapters. And if you cannot wait to read it with me, my book is available on Amazon, Kindle, Audible, my TikTok shop, and my website. So go get that. Thank you for reading along with me.